Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Good afternoon and Roll Tribe ICC fans as we get set for Game 1 between ICC and the number 13 Jones Bobcats here in Fulton on Sophomore Day. At Guaranteed Bank opening pitch coming your way at 2:04. That's a 2:04 Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here between the Bobcats and the Indians. Adam Gore joined by Dr. Brad Boggs as that pitch fouled back and out of play for strike one. And Dr. Boggs, sophomore day here in Fulton. Always a special day whenever we get to recognize our sophomores here on campus.
Yeah, most definitely. It always is. You know, these guys have put in a lot of work over the last couple of years for ICC baseball, and so it's a good day to recognize them, their families, and have them here. And that one's a chopper. Going to get back to Bryce Glenn, who is going to have to cover the bag by himself and makes a run over there at him, and yeah, got over there and covered the bag. Pulled Bo off the bag. The reason I say that, it pulled Bo off the bag because it was a little chopper, and he didn't know if Bryce was going to be able to get to the ground ball or not.
Number 17,
and so not enough time. But anyway, Bryce unassisted out right there, caught it, and went over and tagged first, got the first out of the inning.
That was Brady Thomas at the plate there for the Bobcats. Now this is going to be Wade Fulton, the right fielder, batting in that 2 spot. Comes up, swings on this one, grounds it over, and it's going to go foul for strike one. We'll give you today's starting lineups in the exchange of the innings, but it was Thomas that started things off. Fulton at the plate now, and Mississippi State signee Gatlin Sanders is on deck here for the Bobcats in the top of the first. It's Bryce Glenn pitching for the Indians here, and to be honest with you, this is a pitching staff that has battled a ton of injuries this season, so Bryce coming in and getting the start here in the final series of the season. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball.
Yeah, Bryce is a freshman, as mentioned. He only has 5 appearances on the year, has no decisions. He's only pitched 11 and a third inning, as that one is going to be fouled out of play into the parking lot. Does not hit a car at him.
There's a lot of them out there today.
There's a lot, and we can kind of discuss that later. But 8 hits, he's given up on 3 runs, 4 walks, 9 Ks, .79 ERA.
Those stats being brought to you by Samstown Market in Mantatch. That pitch high and outside, ball 2. 2-2 now is the count here on Wade Fulton. Fastball in the dirt, 3-2 now is the count to Fulton. Nobody on base. There is one out here in the top of the first. As always, game 1 scheduled for 9 innings here inside conference play.
That one's going to be fouled out of play in the parking lot. That one's got a shot.
Well, we haven't had very many vehicles hit this year in the parking lot. Good thing, though. but it is a park at your own risk.
Coach Macon just barehanded that one and then chunked it back.
He probably threw it over the field. It's that pitch high for a ball. And that'll be a one-out walk issued there to Wade Fulton. And now this will bring up Gatlin Sanders, the center fielder, to the plate here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, that was Fulton's 13th walk of the year. And so his on-base percentage is at .496. Not the highest on the team yet. So because Brady Thomas, actually, who we faced at the leadoff, has the highest on-base percentage at .524.
That pitch finds the corner for a strike to Sanders. Sanders batting in that third spot, playing in center field. 0-1 is the count here. Checks the runner back to first, throw over, tag applied, he's safe.
I think you mentioned Sanders was a Mississippi State signee or commit there. He's got a .335 batting average coming in today. He does have 52 hits for the Bobcats. Runner goes, Collier up, throws, not going to get there in time. He gets in. So it's going to be a stolen base for Wade Fulton, and that is going to be his 11th on the year, Adam.
So Fulton will take second to move into scoring position. So Sanders now with a 1-1 count after that pitch was low and outside for a ball. Bryce Glenn getting set to deliver the pitch. And that's going to be a grounder to the right side, and will step on the bag, but it does advance the runner, so it was a productive out. Second out of the inning now. This will bring up Evan Rogers, the second baseman, to the plate here.
Evan Rogers.
And so the Indians trying to get out of this inning with no damage done, but the Bobcats trying to spark a two-out rally with a runner on third and 2 outs here in the top of the first. No scoring, game 1.
Yeah, Rogers comes in today with a .350 batting average. He's got 4 home runs on the team.
Is that first pitch high for a ball?
And he's got a .425 on-base percentage coming into today, too. He's got 62 hits on the year.
So 1-0 is the count. As Glenn's pitch on its way, that one's going to be fouled off. We'll go to 1-1 now. Of course, whenever we're playing baseball, softball's on the road. They'll be taking on Jones. That's a 3 o'clock opening pitch. That'll also be the regular season finale there for the Indians. They've punched their ticket to postseason play. As the swing and a miss there for strike 2.
Yeah, took something off of that. Had him way out in front right there, Adam. So great pitch by Bryce Glenn there. So now you got a 1-2 count in his favor right here to hopefully get the Indians out of the inning without the Jones scoring a run.
1-2 pitch on its way, and this one grounded right back up the middle. Shortstop gets it. Routine throw over, gets there for the putout. 6-3 to end the inning, and the Indians get out of the minimum jam with no damage done. Well, let's take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. And Brad, let's start with the Bobcats, who come in with a record of 35-13 on the year, 17-9 in conference play.
Yeah, leading off, as we've already gotten through this one, Brady Thomas will be playing first base for the Bobcats. Batting second will be Wade Fulton out in right field. Batting third will be Gatlin Sanders out in center field. Cleanup spot will be Evan Rogers, will be playing second. Batting fifth will be Colton Hegwood, Adam, if I'm not pronouncing that correctly.
That's how I'm going to say
Hegwood, okay, he's in DHing today in game 1. Batting seventh will be Cole Manuel, who will be catching. No, I'm sorry, that was batting sixth. My apologies. Batting seventh, Hayes Carley will be in left field. Batting eighth will be Braden Smith, who will be at third. And batting ninth, Austin Mills at shortstop. And pitching on the mound for the Bobcats will be Bo Brines.
Brines is a Alabama signee, so he'll be getting the start here in game 1. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. Coach Collier, Coach McCrory, hope they have that same winning combination put together here in game 1 against the Bobcats. Brad, let's take a look at those lineup here now for the Indians.
Yeah, leading off will be Jude Treadaway playing short. Batting second will be Jackson Settlemyers playing second base. Batting in the third spot will be Stone Collier. He'll be behind the plate doing the catching duties here in game 1. Batting in the cleanup spot will be Ben Davis, who will be DHing here in game 1. Batting fifth, Dre McCray out in right field. Batting sixth will be Hayden Roberts out in center field. Batting seventh will be Bo Rock, who will be playing first base. Batting eighth will be Jarrett Morris, who will be over at third base. And batting in ninth will be Walt Gardner, who will be playing left field. And as mentioned, we have on the mound for the Indians, pitching is Bryce Glenn.
And that is your Tupelo Coca-Cola bottling lineups there for both squads. So Glenn getting the start today against Alabama signee Bo Bryan. That is our pitching matchup as we're getting set to start the bottom of the first inning. Here to be Jude Treadaway, Jackson Settlemyers, and Stone Collier to lead things off here in the bottom of the first here for the Indians on sophomore day. Actually a big day. We'll talk about this as we go throughout the day, but not only is it sophomore day here, but also chop day, as it's kind of our spring football day, if you will, this morning. So a lot of that crowd coming over and enjoying some baseball here on a warmer than normal type day, Dr. Boggs.
Yeah, it is. Great crowd out here, and I'm sure Jones brought a good crowd with him too as well. But again, a lot of big crowd that is kind of filtered over from the from Chop Day festivities, as that's going to be strike one to Jude Treadaway here, and so glad to see the folks out. A little windy out there, and I'm sure you'll talk about that as where the wind's blowing out here on the field for today's game. But beautiful temps, beautiful day. That one's going to be fisted out to shortstop. Treadaway is going to be out. If the shortstop catches it, that's going to be out number one here in the first inning.
So as Brad mentioned, out number one here. And now this will bring up Memphis signee Jackson Settlemyers to the plate here for the Indians with one out and nobody on. So Bryan's a nice job, 2 pitches, and results in 1 out. No score. Jones left a runner stranded at third base in the top half of the inning as that pitch fouled back for strike one.
Settlemyers comes in today with a .256 batting average. Takes ball one right there outside. He does have 41 hits on the year, 7 of those being home runs, 26 RBIs. His on base percentage so far for the year is .339.
So Jackson looks at that pitch. It's going to be on the outer edge. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on here for the Indians. We're in the bottom of the first. That pitch well outside. 3-1 now is the count. Nice job by Jackson being patient and working the count into his favor. So waiting the 3-1 offering here. And that one's outside for a ball.
Yeah, good job right there by Settlemyers to stay patient right there on the mound. At the plate, and not force anything. Runners on base. Of course, that's big for ICC, is to get these runners on base, but not only to get runners on base today, Adam. We want to see them finish and get these runners cycled around to where they can get them in to score. You know, that's kind of where the Indians have hurt a little bit this year offensively.
So now this will be Stone Collier coming to the plate. As Stone looks at that first pitch in there for a strike. Got some numbers on Bryans?
Yes, I do. Bryans is a sophomore pitcher. He's a left-handed pitcher on the mound here. Does have 12 appearances on the year, as that is ball 1 count. Got a 5-1 record, 51 2/3 innings pitched this year. Giving up 31 hits, 29 runs, 44 walks, 84 Ks as a snap throw over to first, and he's back in. Settlemyers is 4.01 ERA.
And those stats being brought to you by our friends over at Bank Okolona, John Harrod & Company, proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. 1-1 pitch to Collier. He gets it, and it's going to be down the line for a fair ball. Nice piece of hitting there by Collier. They're going to try to get the runner to go to third, and that's going to turn into a double, brought to you by Davis Ford.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there. Stone turned on that pitch, got the bat out and hands out in front, drove it on the line down there past the third baseman. And so, again, the diving third baseman wasn't able to pick it up. But good job by Stone. 1 out now, and you got both runners in scoring position with Settlemyers at third here and Collier at second. So opportunity here in the bottom of the first for the Indians, Adam.
Now this is going to bring up Ben Davis, the DH here in the 4-hole. He's a Mississippi State signee as well. Indians, boy, they could really use a base hit here. There's going to be a shot to the shortstop, bobbled it, and that's going to score the run. But it still results in an out, so it's a productive out there, 6-3. But the Indians plate the run.
Yeah, that was big right there. Again, first pitch swinging there by Ben, goes to the shortstop. Shortstop didn't have a play at home at all, even though he bobbled it, still wouldn't have had a play at home on it. But Settlemeyer's taking off. So RBI right there for Ben Davis, and Indians strike first.
That pitch finds the corner of the plate there to Dre McCray, who is playing in right field, batting in that 5th spot. Collier unable to advance on that ground ball, so he stayed at second. That pitch high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to McCray.
Yeah, Dre's been a hot bat here as of late from what we've seen. He does have 4 home runs on the year, upped his average to 295 coming into today. On base percentage has gotten up to 404 as he fouls that one back. He's in the hole here, 1-2.
Yeah, now those 4 home runs, I know 3 of them have come over the last 6 games, and they have been timely ones. They have resulted in what would eventually be the go-ahead run game-winning hit late in the contest. So 1-2 now is the count here to Dre McCray. Runner at second for the Indians. Pitch on its way. That one kind of jammed him up a little bit. Good job finding a piece of it to foul it off and keep the at-bat alive.
Yeah, good job there. Basically just kind of fending off himself that pitch coming inside on him, and just kind of a half-hearted swing, check swing if you want to call it, just to kind of foul it off and stay alive at 1-2.
So the 1-2 pitch on its way. This one lifted. And it's smoked. It's going to be a running catch out in center field, and that's why he's heading to Starkville next year, ladies and gentlemen. A very impressive play by Gatlin Sanders to rob the Indians of a run and an extra base hit there to end the inning. We'll take a break, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the second inning. ICC picks up a ground out by Ben Davis to score Jackson Settlemeyers to make it a 1-0 contest after one complete here in game one between ICC and Jones. And as it's been all season, we typically have extended innings because either the catcher for both teams are on base or either on deck, and that's the reason why they have the extended inning there.
Our sponsors like it, though, Adam.
They do.
They're appreciative of that. They may get these umpires and pull them aside. They know that they're, when they're calling these games and say, hey, look, give us a little help here, give us a little extra time.
Yes, and that's what they're doing. They're wanting to make sure they get them in here. So this will be the 5, 6, 7 batters due up. Colton Hegwood, Cole Manuel, and Hayes Carley. It's that first pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, Hegwood's sophomore comes in batting .302, on-base percentage of .402. As he turns on that pitch and lines it over Bo Rock there, goes out in right field, and that's going to be a single to start off the top of the second for the Jones Bobcats.
So a nice piece of hitting there, first hit of the day for the Bobcats. And this will bring up the catcher, Cole Manuel, to the plate.
Yeah, Cole comes into the day batting .316. He's got a .468 on-base percentage. Got 30 hits on the day, on the year, as well as 5 of those being doubles. And he just takes that one off the shoulder, and that's going to be a hit by pitch, and he's going to be awarded first, and that's going to move up Hegwood to second.
So now with runners on first and second and no outs, this is bring up Hayes Carley the left fielder to the plate, as they're going to give him a moment to kind of just walk that one off and make sure he's good. And umpire gives him a thumbs up after talking to Manuel, and they say they're good to go.
Yeah, no outs here. That's, of course, the single, given up by Hegwood. I mean, that's going to happen. But then you come back and you hit the second batter of the inning. So not a good start here on the second inning for Bryce Glenn as they squared a bunt. That's going to be foul. He fouls it backwards, so that's going to be an 0-1 count. But got to see if you can battle out of this. The young pitcher coming in on the year and not had a lot of appearances here and facing the number 13 team in the nation. So got to test his endurance here and see if he can battle through this, Adam.
And so Carly at the dish. That bunt attempt went foul, as Brad mentioned, for an 0-1 count. Runners at first and second with no outs. Jones trailing 1-0. Kind of looked like he checked his swing a little bit, fouled it back. 0-2 now is the count.
Yeah, so far, good job by Glenn to come back. What he's doing, he's battling out there. And so you got him in an 0-2 count here. You got him where you want him in a sense. So no need for a pitch that's just a perfect pitch in the zone here or anything. Just try to see if you can get him to swing at something.
That one was out and low that time. Couldn't get him to chase one there. 1-2 now is the count. Nice job by Collier to get out in front of that one and keep it from getting away.
Yeah, good job by Collier. That was too far out of the zone, the strike zone, to even draw a swing by Carly. But Collier doing a good job behind the plate, getting his body in front.
There's a chopper. It's going to be to the left side, and there's one, and they're going to try to turn two. Can't do so. So it will be a fielder's choice. 6-4 on the putout of Manuel. Now runners are being on the corners with one out here in the top
Number 25
of the second, and now it'll be Braden Smith coming to the plate. Well, Brad, as we talked about, sophomore day, but also chop day here. So second annual chop day that we've come out and kind of had our spring football game and other things going on, and looked like a great crowd today.
Yeah. Of course, had inflatables, had some food trucks out here, and a lot of good activities for the fans to enjoy, but definitely a good crowd. Of course, band and all of that out here and all the festivities for them, but good opportunity for the also the fans to get a sneak peek here at the football team as they're preparing and getting prepared for the fall season when they come back in. That one's fouled back, chop foul here. But, Coach Macon and staff, you got, and I know some of those were mentioned here earlier in the game, we got some new assistants this year just due to, assistants move here, move there. So got Dan Ellington, who came back, who was a former quarterback here for ICC back in the 16, 17 type area, and played out in Georgia, played ball out there, been coaching in D1 ball, and luckily we were able to get him back here for us, Adam.
Good to have him back home. Of course, everybody remembers the game that he led. There's a swing and a miss, strike two. It was Georgia State is where he played, and he led them to a victory over Tennessee in the season opener game in his sophomore season. So prolific football career, and hoping to have that same type of impact here as the new OC here for the Indians. 0-2 pitch on its way.
Ooh. Got him.
Strike three.
I didn't know at first if he did, because this is one of those umpires, apparently, when it's a called strike three, he waits and throws both hands up in the air. And so
he just don't wave them like he don't care. But it was a very delayed and almost like a woohoo type call instead of a punch out. So second out of the inning. And the soft toss over once again, as now there's two outs, and this is Austin Mills, the shortstop.
It's still first and third here, Adam, but 2 outs is mentioned, and that first pitch is outside on Mills. You got Jarrett Morris playing in at third here with a left-handed batter up at the plate for the Jones Bobcats.
That pitch missing inside. 2-0 now is the count.
Mills got a .286 batting average coming in. He's a freshman. It's ball 3 right there, 3-0 count to Mills. So Bryce did a good job battling back to get 2 outs here, but quickly 3-0 and behind in the count here as he does throw that infamous strike 1 right there with the 3-0 count. And so back in it here, and so I'm sure that if you're Mills, you'll be looking for that perfect pitch.
So now 3-1 pitch, runner going. That's going to be ball 4, the throw down, and going to cut it, come back home with it, and drop the ball. Oh, would have been a great play there. Just good slide to jar the ball free, and Jones ties the game now at 1.
Well, the cut was I mean, for that to be a cutoff back there, it was deep. Normally when you have your cut on first and third, you got your guy coming in between the pitching mound and second. And basically this was cut there at the grass, Adam, right before the plate, before second base. Deep cut, so it was going to take a longer throw to get it back into the catcher to Collier. It was a pretty decent throw there, but it got away from Collier because it was kind of in the dirt. And so, again, Jones capitalizing there on a situation. And now you got ball 1 here on Brady Thomas.
So we're back at the top of the lineup here. Brady grounded out to the pitcher, and the pitcher made a great play to beat him over to first base for the first out of the contest. Swing and a miss there. 1-1 now is the count here to Thomas. Being attacked by flies all of a sudden.
I brought those with me.
I appreciate that.
You can thank me later.
I just thanked you then. So that soft toss over to first, not in time. 1-1 now is the count here to Thomas.
I don't know if I mentioned it, and I probably did, and I repeat myself a lot because I'm getting old. But Thomas, I don't know if I did. 362 batting average coming into the day. I know he had a ground out his first at bat, but he did have 362, and then that team leading 524 on base percentage.
That's impressive to be that deep in the season, and 2, that's exactly doing your job as a leadoff guy.
That's it. You're exactly right.
2-1 now is the count. 2 outs. 1-1 is the score.
And that's going to add to his own base
he's
percentage.
going to be hit by a pitch. Second time today that a Jones player has been hit by a pitch. And so now bases will be loaded here, and you got to be careful if you're the Indians. You've got Wade Fulton coming up. He stole the base and was left stranded, but behind him is Sanders and Rogers. So heart of the lineup coming up here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. Again, like you got again, Fulton with that 496 on base percentage, so just under. Is that first pitch is going to be
this one up, and this is going to be a gift here.
Yeah,
the Indians get out of that without major damage done. They get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the second. 1-1 is the score. We'll be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here! This pizza is only $7.99. No way! This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order online. Only $7.99. What?
Pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we head now to the bottom of the second inning, I'm going to have to go wide with our shot right now as we're having to get WSN in to correct a few things for us. on the broadcast, so we do apologize for the minor inconvenience right now, as this is going to be Hayden Roberts coming to the plate.
Yeah, Hayden's moved up in the lineup. Normally he bats in that 9 slot for us, and I praised kind of the last series that we played here Wednesday. That's strike 1 for Hayden. Hey, you had that good 9-1 combo right there, which is what you like in a lineup. If you can have that number 9 slot there, getting on base a lot and finding a way, and he does. And so that's going to be ball 3-1 count. Hayden does come into the day with a .460 on base percentage, .316 batting average. So his .460 on base percentage leads the Indians. So he does take strike 2 on the outside corner. Good pitch right there by Bryans to come in there. So you got a lefty on lefty matchup here.
So the count goes full. Pitch on its way, and that's going to be low. No, he calls it a strike.
It's that delayed.
Another delayed strike call there. That's going to be the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. And, yeah, we're going to have to get used to that, folks. So typically, and Rick's going to come down and ask about that one as well, but it looked low, and typically if they don't call it right away, you assume it's a ball. So it's something we're just going to have to get used to here with the home plate umpires.
Yeah, it did look low. Again, we're up here in the press box, but it did look low, as that's going to be ball 1 to Bo Rock, well outside. I know Collier was trying to make his point and probably got it across there, I'm sure.
So 1-0 is the count here to Rock. His first at-bat of the day. Takes a healthy swing at that one, missing. Evens things up now at 1-1.
Yeah, and of course, Bryans comes in today. You know, we talked about him being an Alabama signee. Is that ball's going to be grounded to second. It's going to be an out right there. So it's going to be the second out of the inning. But he's kind of got a different delivery. He mixes up his arm angles where he throws from. He can drop it down some, but he can also kind of almost come over the top with it. But then he's got that 3/4. So he's got different arm angles. His pitches have a lot of different movement on it based off that. So I'm sure that's one thing that the Crimson Tide looked at in ensuring that they sign him for his junior and senior years.
And so now with 2 away, pitch is coming, and that's going to go inside for a strike. This is Jarrett Morris, the third baseman, batting in that 8 spot here for the Indians, trying to spark a 2-out rally. 1-1 is the score here in the bottom of the second. As that pitch runs low for a ball, evens things up now at 1-1.
Yeah, good eye right there on the part of Morrissey. Again, Bryans came back on the inside part of the plate. It was low.
So now 1 ball, 1 strike, and that one running in at the knees, but says it was a little bit too low for the umpire's liking. 2-1 now is the count. This is game 1 between ICC and Jones, the regular season finale, I believe, for both teams. As that pitch missing low, 3-1 now is the count. I agree.
He didn't call that one. I don't know why he called that one against Hayden Roberts, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
So 3-1 pitch on its way. This one popped up a mile high. Catcher's going to drift back. It's going to get out of play, and now the count will go 3-2.
Yeah, it just dropped over the netting here in the back. Had a couple of fans scrambling there, but it did drop on the concrete right here, just in front of us, Adam, to our right.
So waiting the 3-2 offering here from Bryans. This one's fouled back. Nice job finding a piece of that one to keep the at-bat alive.
Yeah, like you said, that was a good job of Morris getting a piece of that one, because that one was running in on him. Because you got a lefty on righty here, but that one was running in on him, and he was able to just get enough piece of it just to stay alive with a 3-2 count.
And this one popped back and out of play. So a nice little battle going here, as Morris trying to find a way to win this battle and see if he can spark a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the second.
He's going to wish he had that one back, though. That was one he could have driven out to the right side of the field out here, and he popped it back behind him. That one's going to be a chopper. They're going to call it foul down the third base line. Came back in on him. He was able to get the bat out in front. Just hadn't been able to get solid bat on it yet on those when he's been able to pull those pitches. And so those that are coming inside on him. And so it was drop foul. We'll do it all over again with a full count.
This has been about the 4th foul ball, maybe 5th of this at bat here. And so waiting the 3-2 offering here to Jarrett Morris. And nice at bat there to draw that walk and to extend the inning. And that is going to be the 2nd walk of the contest for Bo Bryans.
Yeah, and good quality at bat right there by Jarrett Morris because, again, fouled off a lot of pitches, saw a lot of pitches, able to draw the walk on it. So that all that did was up Bryans' pitch count and, again, helped out some of the players behind Morris right there and got a runner on base with 2 outs. That's going to strike 1 to Walt Gardner.
Gardner batting in the 9 spot, playing in left field. Wind blowing dead center here at the ballpark today. It's been blowing out of the park pretty much most of the day, so anything basically lifted could carry a little bit more than it normally does. So waiting the 1-1 offering here. That pitch on the corner still would have been a strike, I believe, but a nice frame job there by the catcher to reel it in a little bit.
Yeah, wicked delivery right there, too. I don't know, kind of like you took him off balance, but I'm going to tell you, Adam, that ball had a screwball type movement on it right there. Broke in, then broke back out as that pitch is fouled off right there with a 1-2 count. But that was a pretty wicked pitch with a wicked delivery. I don't know if he does that with every pitch that's kind of got a screwball type movement on it or not, but it had that movement.
So waiting the 1-2 offering here. And that's going to be a grounder, but foul. And we'll sit at 1-2 once again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. That is the situation here. Runner at first. We're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 1-1 is the score between ICC and Jones. Big swing and a miss there for strike 3. The 2nd Renaissance Bank strikeout, I believe. I don't have what McCray did in his at bat.
That was the second that was the 2nd strikeout. As you mentioned, McCray flew out to center field.
Okay, so that is the 2nd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Bryans. Let's take a break here from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Ooh, these new Little Caesars Crazy Pups are fun size, so you can eat them anywhere. Keep those hands at 10 and 2.
Enjoy Little Caesars Crazy Pups on the go for just $3.99.
Pizza, pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 3rd inning. As it will be Sanders, Rogers, and Hegwood scheduled up here. As that first pitch missing for a ball, this is still Bryce Glenn on the hill here for the Indians.
Ooh.
That pitch runs inside, and 2-0 now is the count.
Yeah, high and tight right there, able to get out of the way. Like you said, 2-0 count.
That pitch missing outside. 3-0 now is the count here to Sanders. Sanders grounded out to first in his only at bat so far here in the contest. Fouls this one back.
Had the green light there with 3-0.
Yeah, I say a lot of times, that's what I was going to say. A lot of times you see guys just hold off on that one, but yeah, he took a big boy swing there. 3-1 now is the count. And then does draw the walk. And that is going to be the second walk of the game. So third walk of the game.
Evan Rogers.
He's also hit a couple of batters. And now this will bring Evan Rogers to the plate. Rogers grounded out 6-3 to end the first. So he will dig in with no outs and a runner at first base. Snap throw to first, not in time. And so we're waiting the pitch here to Rogers. Runner goes, shows bunt, throw down is
not in time.
Not in time again, so that's going to be a stolen base. Second stolen base of the day for the Bobcats. First for Sanders on the afternoon. That pitch called a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Rogers.
Yeah, that's Sanders' 18th stolen base of the year. So I think Fulton had the first one.
And so the 1-0 pitch swung on, and boy, swung healthy. Missing 1-1 now is the count. Nice job taking a little bit off of that one and having the batter way ahead of on that swing. So now 1-1 is the count here to Rogers. Runner at second. 1-1 contest here in the top of the third. This pitch fouled off, out of play. 1-2 now is the count here to Evan Rogers. Been a lot of foul balls today, Brad, as umpire looking back towards the side, asking for some more baseballs.
Yeah, we'll one of us will have to make a trip in between games, pick up some baseballs at Walmart.
And there's strike three.
Such an odd call there when it's a no swing strike three. It's such an odd call, but
sometimes he just stands there. That time he kind of looked like he hiccuped.
I thought he looked like he got electrocuted.
Yeah, I say kind of jumped on it. So
I don't know. It's just odd.
I would say the last time he called strike three looking, he just stood there and stood up and kind of like Mario back in the day, just threw his both hands in the air.
Yeah. Strike one right there to Hegwood.
He's more animated on strike one than he is on strike three.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell. Yeah. I mean, it really is. You got to be watching and waiting just to see what he does. But Hegwood, the DH, showed bunt there and pulled back. Ball one.
So 1-1 now is the count. This is the DH, Colton Hegwood. He singled. Technically, I want to say he stole home to score. And so that's their third stolen. They average had 3 stolen bases on the day. Do the Bobcats. Hegwood swings away at that one, fouls it back and out of play. 1-2 is the count as that one comes off the pole barn over the hitting cages to the left of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. 1-2 now is the count. Runner at second. Hegwood at the plate. And he fouls that one off the netting and will stay at 1-2.
Yeah, an opportunity here for Jones. Got one out. Do have a 1-2 count, but opportunity here for them to get a runner in scoring position with the runner at second there to try to take the lead on Etowamba here in the top of the third.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Brad mentioned 1-1 is the score. Glenn on the hill here for the Indians. Hegwood at the plate for the Bobcats. 1-2 pitch on its way. Runner goes. A little hit and run action to perfection. Drops it off in right field. And the Bobcats take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, again, you're exactly right because it had to be. It was a good pitch to swing at, but being a left-handed batter with Hegwood and the runner going, getting a jump there, you know, obviously it'd be an easier throw for Collier there to throw him out at third had you not drawn a swing from Hegwood, but you did on the hit and run, and just one of those timing issues. And a perfect as that runner goes, it doesn't matter. Dead ball, hit by pitch. Manuel, that's the second time he's been hit by a pitch. Third Jones. No, excuse me. Yeah. Third time a Jones batter's been hit by a pitch because Manuel's taken 2 of them.
So now that'll bring up Hayes Carley to the plate, who reached on a fielder's choice in his only at bat so far, but we're going to have a quick conversation on the mound, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with cheese, pepperoni, and sauce at only $3.99.
We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Stop doing it! Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs for only $3.99.
Pizza.
I'm Lenny Howell, your 2024 ICC Most Beautiful, and you're watching the ICC Sports Network.
And welcome back. The home plate umpire being very generous there, giving them a whole lot of time to kind of talk things over there on the pitcher's mound. And so runners on first and second. 1 out. Bobcats been able to come back and take a 2-1 lead as that pitch missing low for a ball. So 1-0 now is the count here to Carley. As we mentioned, he reached on a fielder's choice. And this pitch popped a mile high. Left fielder's going to dance around for a second and will camp underneath it. And the runners will retreat back now with 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, big out right there again to get that second out, especially with runners at first and second. So whatever Coach McCrory said to Glenn did help out right there because now you got 2 outs. Still have that runner in scoring position, but you got 2 outs here with Braden Smith coming up for Jones.
So Smith struck out looking in his only appearance so far in the contest. That's 1 of 2 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the game. Glenn zips that one in there for strike 1. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Bobcats have played in 1 in the inning. They lead it 2-1 now here in the top of the third.
Runners
goes. Throw down is not going to be in time as it was a little high. And so that will be a stolen base. Interesting they didn't go for the double steal in that situation as Hegwood.
It's his second stolen base of the day.
So 0-2 is the count now to Braden Smith. There's going to be a jam job, but it gets through. Nice job fighting that one off, and the runner will score, and it's now 3-1. That was just a good piece of hitting there on the part of Smith.
It was a good piece of hitting right there, as you mentioned, kind of in on the fisted him out there, but he was able to muscle it on that inner part of the bat right there, muscle it out there and line it over second baseman's head out in the right field, get the big hit right there. And, of course, that stolen base ends up becoming huge, too, because runner was at third. He scores. That's an RBI. Now you got a 3-1 lead. And if I'm not mistaken, I was looking here, that was actually Hegwood's. Came in today with 17 stolen bases. He now has 19, Adam.
So he is piling them up there as that pitch missing outside. 1-0 is the count here to Austin Mills. He was walked in his only appearance so far, was left stranded back in the second. That pitch high and outside. 2-0 now is the count here to the shortstop, Mills.
You know, we saw Northwest Wednesday night. We talked about how they were a running team and putting players and putting guys on the bases in motion. Right now, Jones is doing the same thing.
That pitch missing. Even like it missed the location as Collier's drifting outside, had to come back inside as the pitch was high. 3-0 now is the count. Indians do have someone getting loose in the bullpen. And that's going to be a walk. So now bases will be loaded. Second time today that Mills has drawn the walk. That is the 4th walk. And that looks like that's going to be it for Glenn. So we're going to take a timeout. Have a call to the bullpen here, brought to you by Guaranteed Bank in Fulton.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Renaissance Replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance Replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as, well, the umpire's getting paid by the minute today,
Number
apparently.
5,
As this
Brady Thomas.
game continues to stretch along here. Gave him about 20 minutes to warm up in between the exchange there, but we do have a Guaranty Bank pitching change coming up. And Brad, tell us about the new pitcher here, as he's going to be greeted to the game by Brady Thomas, top of the lineup for the Bobcats.
Yeah, it's Ethan Huff, who's a freshman out of Corinth, Mississippi, played at Corinth High School. As he got the bases loaded, and that first pitch swinging is going to be fouled back into the netting. 9 appearances on the year, does have no wins, 1 loss, 18 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 14 hits, 16 runs, 26 walks, 14 Ks, 7.71 ERA, and trouble at the plate.
There's a breaking pitch that just misses outside. 1-1 now is the count here to Thomas. Those stats being brought to you by our friends over at Raising Cane's in Tupelo.
And I say trouble because Thomas leads the team with 12 home runs as your leadoff batter.
That's impressive.
I mean, there's continue to be more and more impressive numbers with Thomas here with that 524 on base percentage, and then, of course, 12 home runs. And then does not quite lead second on the team with 54 RBIs, as that's going to be ball 3 up right there, 3-1. You don't have a place to put him. You got to go after him if you're Huff.
Yeah, very tough spot to be right now if you're Huff, as, you know, Thomas is going to look for something he can groove here. Awaited the 3-1 offering. And he did. Tried to swing himself out of his shoes there and basically pulled his head out of that one. So 3-2 now is the count.
Yeah, that kind of like, I don't know, that's an odd swing. Kind of like an Ichiro swing is what I would call it. Former MLB player. It just kind of looked like he is a left-handed batter, as the runners do go, because it's a 3-2 count and 2 outs.
So that pitch fouled back and off the netting here. 3-2 will stay the count. We've got royalty in the house today, as it appears that Tyler and his wife Cassidy are here. This ball is out of here. Yep, he's got one he was waiting on and pimped it, and that's going to be a grand slam, as Thomas continues to add to his impressive career here, as the Bobcats now go up 7-1.
Yeah, there's a no doubter. I mean, that's one off the bat. I mean, he was waiting on. And I was looking, too, Thomas is 6'6".
He is built like a baseball player.
6'6", coming in 6'6". And I'm looking at their roster sheet
Number 17,
here.
Wade Fulton.
Looks like he was a reverse from Meridian.
So he was at Meridian. Boy, Meridian, you let a good one go.
Yeah. So reverse back. I guess they cut him loose and Jones picked him up. But anyway, base is empty now. 2 outs. And squaring the bunt was Fulton to show it and pulled back for ball 1. But now, as you mentioned, Adam, the damage was done right there. Only 4 hits for Jones, but the runs are on the board with 7.
So 1-0 now is the count. That pitch missing, called a strike. I don't know this guy's strike zone.
Well, I don't either. I know whatever that pitch was that he threw to Brady Thomas, he does not want to throw again to Brady Thomas.
Not at all. What 1-1 pitch, foul back, 1-2 now is the count.
And I will go ahead and admit my faults on
Okay.
air. I tried to kill a waspus in here a while ago,
Oh, yeah.
and
You threw it at Laney.
It went at Laney and Cameron, and they're. I mean, I got the dirty look, evil eye.
This
Laney
pitch-
had to stop it with a pen.
This pitch popped up. Shortstop's going to come in and make the play for the out, but the damage done as they score 6 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the third. ICC trailing it 7-1. Back with more right after this.
Ankle sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and others. As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
Ooh, these new Little Caesars Crazy Pops are fun size, so you can eat them anywhere. Keep those hands at 10 and 2.
Enjoy Little Caesars Crazy Pups on the go for just $3.99.
Pizza, pizza.
Welcome back as we head now to the bottom of the third inning. Once again, I do apologize. We've got the delays in our commercials. We can't hear them for some reason. Haven't changed anything whatsoever in our normal setup. Matter of fact, we left it set up like from the last game. So really, only thing we did was plug the cameras in today.
It was the Wasps.
It was. So we head to the bottom of the third. It'll be the 1-2-3 batters due up here for the Indians. It'll be Treadaway, Settlemyers, and Collier.
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
And Treadaway takes one for the team.
Yeah, way inside right there. Of course, again, it was a lefty-lefty from Bryans to Treadaway. Treadaway's upping his on-base percentage of the year right there, again, by getting on base and taking that one for the team. Indians are going to have to find a way that they can't let this one get out of hand. This is what they need, base runners. They're not going to get it all at once, but they got to find a way to start chipping their way at this.
That pitch going to miss outside for a ball. This is Jackson Settlemyers, the second baseman. He walked and scored a run. That was back in the first inning to give ICC the 1-0 lead. That pitch breaks across, finds its way in. 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, good pitch. Kind of came across the plate, as you mentioned, and just kind of dropped in there. So good pitch right there to Settlemyers.
So the 1-1 offering here, that one just a bit outside. 2-1 now is the count here to Settlemyers.
Yeah, follow through just kind of didn't come through, and that's when he drops that different arm angle out. That happens. We've seen that's kind of the one that hit Treadaway right there.
This ball popped up and right side. Right fielder's going to give chase, but it's going to get out of play. And 2-2 now will be the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner over at first here for the Indians. The quick snap throw over, not in time.
I'm sorry. It was not in time. He was basically standing on the back. I like that. Yeah, it was a good way to put it, though.
Yes.
That's the reason why.
As there's a pitch that ran up and in that time, and 3-2 now is the count. Yeah, he was not off the bag when he threw the ball, so technically it wasn't in time.
That's right. That's the reason I got tickled at it. But
It
was good. It was. I mean, you're exactly right.
3-2 pitch, and that one's outside. So hit by pitch and walk. Indians starting to get something going here, as that is going to be the third walk of the day now issued by Bryans, and that's kind of the scouting report on Bryans is he can get wild at times, and right now that's what the Bobcats want to come out and kind of settle him down and talk things over here.
Yeah, and looking back at the stats, you know, again, I know I called this out at the beginning of the game, but coming into today, he had 44 walks that he's issued, which is the most of the pitching staff on the team. You know, of course, I do know he has more starts and appearances than these others, but, you know, he does have 44 walks. But, again, and you flip it back, he's got 84 Ks, too.
That ball outside, dropped, but not getting far enough away for the runners to advance. 1-0 is the count here to Stone Collier. He doubled, and that is the only hit of the day so far for the Indians. Stone fouls this one back. 1-1 now is the count.
And that's a testament right there, too, to Bryans and what he's done. Only one hit so far for the Indians. And we've hit a couple balls hard, you know. I mean, it's just been right at somebody. You know, I know Dre McCray hit one, stung one pretty good out in center. That one's going to be stung pretty good out to right, but the right fielder's going to be able to come in and catch that. That should, the runner's going to be able to tag at second easily and get in.
So, fly out to right. Basically call that a line out because, again, it was hit hard. And it was one of those that, had it gotten down, would have scored both runs and would have been the second double of the day for Collier, but a nice job out there by Fulton to not be lazy on the play, run out there, make the play for out number one. Runners on the corners now for the Indians, and this is going to be Ben Davis coming to the plate.
Yeah, and you got some speed here with the first and third situation, one out. And like you say, you know, you do have a left-handed pitcher up there with Bryan, so don't know what the Indians will decide to do, if anything, on offense here. Offensively, well, they don't have to. That's going to be a pass ball back there that gets behind the catcher for Jones for Manuel. So that's going to score the run and move the runner up to second. So that's a 7-2 contest now.
Well, you most definitely will take that if you're an Indian. Get runs on the board any way you can to try to climb back into this one. 1-0 is the count here to Davis. Run scores 7-2 now is the score in favor of the Bobcats.
Back at it.
There's a shot right up the middle, and going to have to watch that one go by, and the runners now will be on the corners once again.
Yeah, good piece of hitting right there by Ben. Just sent it directly back where it came from. I mean, glad Bryans was able to get out of the way of that. He threw his glove up, but didn't hit either one. I mean, it was about hit high right there at him. And went right back at him. Then went right over second base. It actually, too, caught Settlemeyer. Settlemeyer just kind of watched it just kind of go by him, too, as well, to make sure no one was going to catch it. So he was only able to advance to third. But you still only have one out here, first and third situation.
And this is Dre McCray at the plate. And McCray looks at that pitch, low and inside for a ball. Yeah, Settlemeyer's had the best seat in the house on that last hit. It was almost like he could have made a play on it. He was just watching it, probably read the label as it went by, and then was like, all right, I can run now.
I can run.
This pitch fouled back and out of play. 1-1 now is the count here to Dre McCray. He flew out to center to end the first inning, so looking to redeem himself here, as it was a great running catch out there in center field by Sanders. As that pitch goes high, 2-1 now is the count here to McCray.
Yeah, you'd love to see that bat stay hot right here, especially with McCray. Of course, yeah, we'd definitely take a 3-run home run here to get us back to 5, but that was fouled off there. He's kind of out in front of that pitch, caught it off the end of the bat, went down the first base side. But anything, Indians will take, anything in the outfield down, definitely scores a run deep enough. You're probably going to score another run because you got a runner at third. So love to see Dre at least get something out in the outfield.
2-2 pitch on its way, and
yep, went.
So he is going to call it strike 3. Again, it is the most peculiar, odd, just you don't know when he calls strike 3.
No, and that was one of those, and I hate to say it, but had he not called strike 3, I probably would have leaned out the window and called it, because Dre definitely went around.
Yeah, and I'm most definitely not saying that it wasn't a strike.
Oh, no, I know you weren't. There's another hit by pitch right there. Roberts got hit, so he's going to wear that one and go down to first. That's going to load the bases here. Good opportunity for Bo Rock. Got a lefty on lefty again. And looking back here, he hit Treadaway and he's hit Roberts, both left-handed batters. And we've seen that left-handed, sometimes his follow-through from Bryans on that left-handed batter's box right there kind of gets away from him sometimes.
As that pitch going to miss high and outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Bo Rock, who grounded out to second in his only appearance so far in the contest. Indians trail at 7-2 here. 2 outs, and that pitch in there for a strike. Bases loaded here for the Indians, and
a good pitch right there that caught the corner, outside corner, so came back sweeping across the plate. Same pitch.
And it's same results there. 1-2 now is the count here to Rock.
Yeah, if it's that pitch right there, Bo's going to have to look at going opposite field with that one.
So waiting the 1-2 pitch here. And Rock couldn't catch up with it. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there. The 4th of the game, and the Bobcats get out of the jam, but ICC was able to push across 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and just the story of the season, 3 left on the bags for ICC. We played 3 here in Fulton, 7-2, Jones with the lead. We'll take the break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 4th inning. Indians left bases loaded there in the bottom of the 3rd, so big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there by Bryans to get out of the inning with no damage done, and man, this game is dragging.
Yeah, at least they were able to scratch 1 run across, needed to scratch more. Only 2 hits again on the day by the Indians. That's what Brian's doing his job. It's almost like Brian's is doing the opposite of what the Indians do offensively. Now, what you're sitting out there saying, what in the world are you talking about, Brad? Brian's has hit, he's hit a couple of batters or 3, walked some, got the bases loaded, and he was able to get out of it. What the Indians need to do offensively is they get the bases loaded in a situation when you're playing a number 13 team and get hits and get the runners in. Brian's is stopping that. So, Bryans has backed himself in a corner a few times, but been able to battle out of it, Adam, where the Indians haven't been able to produce and take advantage of some of those miscues.
So this is Sanders at the plate now, 0 for 1 of the day with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. Listen to that first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes. This is Sanders, Rogers, and Hegwood due up here in the top of the 4th for the Bobcats. And that pitch high and outside, 2-0 now is the count.
Yeah, good eye. No activity yet in the bullpen. I don't know if someone's headed down there. Possibly. No, they're not.
So 2-0 now is the count. And that one missing low. 3-0 now is the count here to Sanders.
Yeah, don't need any gifts here. I know you say that, but Lord, you're down 7-2. Only 2 hits on the day, and you sure don't need any free gifts here and putting them on.
So the 3-0 pitch coming, and that one
caught the corner.
Caught the corner, and a little bit extra help there from the umpires. That one to tie in outside, but 3-1 now is the count. As this one fouled back, and we'll go 3-2 now here to Sanders.
Yeah, way to battle back if you're Huff. Again, got down in the count right there pretty quickly and battle back now to run the count to full. Now they are sending a couple of folks down to the bullpen, the Indians are.
So 3-2 is the count here to Sanders.
Nope.
And going to walk him. First walk of the day issued by Huff. And that is the 5th walk of the day for the Indians.
Yeah, lost him right there, and that's the second walk from Sanders there. He's walked twice, his last 2 at bats, and that brings up your cleanup hitter here in Rogers.
Rogers 0 for 2 on the day. A ground out to short and a strikeout looking.
Shows bunt.
Pulls back. That one high for a ball. 1-0 is the count.
That'll draw Morris in there on the corner at third, expecting a bunt.
He said that pitch was inside, is the reason why he called that a ball. That pitch was right down the middle.
Well, I thought it was. And that one was
That
low.
one was low, so there's a makeup call. 1-1 now. Again, we're trying not to just bash the umpires. That's not what we do, but obviously we want to give what we see in this situation, and snap throw over the first, not in time, but yeah, very you guess it type strike zone here through the first 3+ innings.
Who gets to guess it?
You do.
Oh, right.
Another throw over, and ooh, that one a little closer that time, but still safe. Count will stay 1-1 here to Evan Rogers. So waiting the 1-1 pitch here.
Runner goes, swing.
This one popped up right side.
We're going to get
Rock
back.
Could dance around, and he does get so. Boy, I thought we might have had a chance to turn 2, but that one was a major league pop-up there for out number 1.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It was hit way up higher than, because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, Sanders got to get back, and he had already made it to second.
Yeah.
And but luckily with the height on that pop fly there from Rogers, he was able to get back and avoid the double play.
Again, the snap throw over, sliding back safely is Rogers. As this is Hegwood at the plate. He's been productive today. 2 for 2 with an RBI, 2 stolen bases, and 2 runs scored. Runner goes, now decides to come back now, as that was a pitch out that time. Would have been a good one, but he decided to head on back to first, not test the arm of Collier there. 1-0 now is the count. That pitch goes high. 2-0 now is the count, and Huff struggling to find the zone.
Yeah, you got to battle right here, and I keep saying that, but this, you've got to battle if you're Huff, and just trust your defense and hopefully let them play behind you.
So the 2-0 pitch, runner goes, throw is.
Did it get him on the backside? No, it got in. Saying his hand got there before the tag came down on his legs, and that's me guessing that the tag came down. Coach Collier is going to come out and ask, I think, about the tag, where the tag was, if it was high, or if the runner's hand got in before it hit the legs. And again, we're behind home plate here, so
and
it's
I'll
harder.
say this, even on my view that I saw, it was going to be close, but the pitcher was in the way to see where the tag was applied.
All right, he got a warning. Coach Collier just received his warning.
Coach Collier getting the warning over there on the side, and
so I'm sure. Well, let's see what's going on.
Letting the third base umpire kind of get everything wrote down across the way. My goodness, this is the slowest umpire crew that we have had in my 15 years of JUCO ball. Like, this is just, like, did he write a small novel over there or something?
Well, normally I don't know that you have to take time out when you have a warning issued, but I know you have to document it, but normally you didn't call for a timeout as that pitch comes back in for strike one right there.
Yeah.
3-1 count.
It's just been a weird game, Brad.
Top of the fourth.
Yeah, top of the fourth, and it feels like we should be in game 2 by now. Either way it goes, pitch on its way. That one runs inside, and that's going to be a walk. Second walk of the inning, and that is going to put runners at first and second now.
We'll bring a mound visit from Coach McCrory out.
It looks like we may be having a change here as They are going to look like they're going to have a call to the bullpen being brought to you by Guaranty Bank. Back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom two-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here! This pizza is only $7.99. No way! This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Oh, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom two-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order online. Only $7.99. What?
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
And welcome back as the umpire, well, he went to the ICC dugout over there and
had to get some water.
Had to get some water and
take a snooze.
Take a little bit to come back over there.
It's power nap time, Adam.
It is, a siesta.
Yes, you know, when you can get those good power naps in.
Then he forgot his mask.
Yeah, you know, it's always good. If you can get a good 5-10 minute power nap in, it refreshes you.
Yes.
You know, and I like that. And so that's what he did. Went down, got him a quick one, and dogs are saluting him when he comes out here.
Then he forgot his
Number
clicker.
7, Cole
Had to run the clicker to him. Hopefully he's okay because it is a hot day.
It is a hot day.
You know.
Yeah, it is very warm out there.
So,
got a breeze blowing, but it's warm today, and
as wind is blowing straight out of the ballpark. As let's play some baseball now. As showing bunt.
Well, and hit him.
Going to be a hit batter here as this new pitcher in the game. And guess what? That was Cole Manuel getting hit by the pitch. He has seen three pitches today, and all three have hit him.
I bet he's going to be sore in the morning.
Number 13, Hayes Carley.
And so now there'll be bases loaded here. This will be Hayes Carley. And Brad, let's talk about the new pitcher. Of course, we had the Guaranty Bank pitching change.
Yeah, I got lost in there. I was talking about the umpire taking a power nap. My bad. That one's a oopsie swing, kind of on the inside. Going to be fouled off for strike one, bases loaded here. But you got Brock Ware, freshman. We've talked about him on the broadcast this year a lot. He's been at the plate and had some at-bats for us. 4 appearances on the mound, 4 1/3 inning pitch, giving up 5 hits, 5 runs, 5 walks, 4 Ks.
And that pitch missing, I'm not sure where, but 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases full of Bobcats here in the top of the 4th. Last time they had this situation, as this pitch fouled back and out of play, Brady Thomas hit a grand slam out to right. 7-2 is the score. Still no outs here in the top of the 4th. Ware's pitch on its way. Now this is going to be sliced out to right field. Right fielder will get it. They're going to test the arm. They're going to give up the run, then try to throw to third, and the throw is not going to be in time. Then it gets away, and this is going to allow another run to score here as it goes underneath and so runners will advance after the ball gets out of play.
Let's go, catch the ball, let's go.
So the runner will go from second to third.
Yes.
Jones coach tried to say, is it 2 bag? And home plate umpire said, no, just 1 bag. And so now that will turn into a...
So, yeah, you got 1 run that scores on the sac fly and then 1 on the error.
Yes. So that was a sacrifice fly to right for the RBI. That scored Sanders. And then Hegwood scores on the E9. And the runner will advance to third in that situation as well. So 1 out. 2 outs, excuse me. As that pitch runs inside for a ball. And this is Braden Smith. He had an RBI single on his last at-bat, struck out looking in his first. That pitch right down Broadway for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And they're going to say he went on the check swing. 1-2 now is the count here to Smith. Wind picking up, blowing out really good out towards center field right now. Kind of, I guess you could say left center is the direction it's blowing. And that ball gets away, the run will score.
It's going to be a wild pitch right there, Adam. Stone did everything he could to get down and throw his body in front of that to block it. Unable to do so, it hit the dirt. And so, again, excellent effort by Stone.
Stone is actually going to ask him to appeal, and they're going to say it is a strikeout. Good job by Stone Collier. And so that is going to take the run. No, does he say the run score? The run should not score. And so now the Jones coach is asking about it as well. And so now he's going to ask him to go to second. And then he's going to ask him to come to third. Well, the home plate umpire said that was strike 3 on the play as he appealed.
He appealed to the first base umpire. First base umpire said he went around on the pitch.
And so that is out number 3. And so I'm going to erase the run for now and say it stays 9-2 as we have the conversation here. Well, he did.
He scored the run, he says.
Why does the run score if that's out number 3? That's 3 out, so.
He's right.
So the umpire says the run scores. I'm not going to question him because I don't know the rules well enough there to say that, even though now, Coach, we're going to keep it here because things about to get interesting, folks. Coach Collier's going to come out and ask about this. If that's the 3rd out of the inning, then the run shouldn't count.
Because the out happened before the out happened before the pass ball. Because the guy swung.
Because he swung, so that means, well, all right, so, okay, I see what Jones coach is doing now, Brad. All right, so he sent his guy running after the missed strike 3 call. ICC never threw it down to first to record the out. So technically he is not out because that should be E2 on the play. And so the run does count. That is correct. So Jones had a legit argument on their side because first base was still open.
That's right.
And so he should be on technically third because that's where the coach asked him to go to there. So in a roundabout way, the Indians catch a big-time
I was going
break.
to say, then if that's the case, he was safe.
Yeah, he was safe at first.
Even though he appealed to the first base umpire said he went around, but that
so
doesn't
the
make
ball
any
got away.
Yeah.
So, and first base was open.
Somebody they're missing something.
Yeah, so Jones was right in their argument because he was on first and he told him to go to second because they never threw to first. ICC came off the field, so technically he could have ran all the way around the bases there. So Jones, if I'm Rick, I get in the dugout because ICC called a break there because Jones was right in their argument that the runner was never thrown out after the ball was in the dirt.
But we're recording Braden Smith with a K right there.
Yes, Smith does get credited with the swinging strikeout.
Even though
it should have been a strikeout 2 to 3 on the putout.
That's right.
But it was not the case.
They're going to huddle up right here.
And so now they're going to talk this one over. I love it because we've already talked about how this game, the opening pitch was at 2:04. We're at 3:30, and we're just now in the bottom of the fourth inning with Jones, as of right now, leading it 10-2. But we'll see if they're going to leave that run on the board is maybe what Rick's talking about here.
That would have to be Rick's only argument, in my opinion, is leaving the run on the board. Because
if it is third out, then the run shouldn't count, but the run should count because the runner should still be on the bags now for Jones. So this is quite the cluster.
I did not pay attention long enough to see the batter go ahead and take off for first, and that was on me, but I didn't.
And I think that's where the umpires are getting confused is they probably thought that the runner that struck out was somebody that was already on base, and so he's thinking first base is not open in that sense when it was because that was the batter that was standing at first base.
Right.
I believe.
That makes sense with what you're saying now because I'm like you originally. I did not understand.
And so they're still.
This is going to be interesting how this unfolds. I'll be honest with you.
They're talking this one over still.
I'm afraid somebody's not going to be happy when this is over.
And that's the reason why we're going to keep it here because if they do switch the run, and so now they're going to call the Jones coach out to explain to them what's going on. And so now they're going to talk this one over here.
Yeah, they're going to give an explanation, I guess, of what they finally come to a decision about.
And so, in my thinking is if they're calling the Jones coach over, then they're going to take the run off the board.
You would think at this point, but they're all leaving amicably there. All right.
What does that mean?
Two outs. No.
No.
What?
No. This is Jones.
Two more. He's pitching 2 more.
Oh.
Does he mention he's throwing 2 more?
Okay,
or does that mean just 2 runs scored?
That's what I was thinking. It means he's throwing 2 more pitches. He's throwing it down.
Well, he doesn't have to tell us how many he's throwing.
No.
He normally doesn't.
So he is going to say take the run off the board.
Number 12,
so that's what he was saying. He was saying it should be 2 runs instead of 3. 9-2 is the score now, and that's not right. So after all that, so they do pull the run off the board in that sense.
Yeah,
I mean, that would have to be the only thing they could do in that situation, even
after they've already cleared it like that. There's got to be.
I would say because that was the 3rd out, and
ugly situation right there. That power nap didn't do him well.
It did not. It's that pitch. I think it's 1-1.
I believe, and I'm. Yeah, we'll figure it out in a minute.
Maybe he'll show us after this pitch is.
That's a foul.
For sure, it's now 1-2.
Okay.
As we're in the bottom of the 4th inning now.
So there's still a K on Braden Smith from. I'm going back to last inning or the top.
Yeah.
So it's still recorded right now as a 3rd out K.
Yes.
With no run being scored.
Correct. Because if not, then you'd have to give him a swinging strike 3, out 3 RBI on a strikeout.
Right.
Which, if you were to type that in Game Changer, the iPad would blow up. 2-2, I believe. Now is the count.
What a mess right there.
As this pitch fouled out of play, 2-2 now goes the count.
Good job. Oh, I need to change the bottom.
Either way it goes, both coaches agreed. They said, we're cool with it. Let's play on. 9-2 is your score. Bottom of the fourth. ICC trailing here in game one. Swinging and a miss for strike 3.
Well, and, kudos to both coaches, but Jones, especially, at 2 in that sense, because, you got a 9-2 lead here. Is it worth, making the argument possibly, getting your warning or getting tossed to make the point and try to, argue that just for one run in that sense? I know people say, well, just one run. And it could come back to haunt him, and that pitch is popped up right there by Walt Gardner to center field, easy out. But still sticking with that, and I kind of agree with what Jones, you just got to back off at that point and let it go, in my opinion.
Because you don't want to say anything to upset the umpire. And as you said, Jones has other games to play after this one today. So one of those you just look up and be like, or either that your Jones coach say, they screwed up so bad. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it is what it is. Got to take it and roll.
So this pitch fouled back off the netting. 0-1 is the count now as we're back to the top of the lineup here in Jude Treadaway. Well, we always say when you come to the ballpark, you're going to see something you've never seen before, and, well, guess what? That was it.
Definitely was. And so, again, 2 outs here in the inning, and again, I guess that nap just didn't settle well with him. He may need a little longer one, Adam. I don't know. As that one's in the dirt, it's going to be ball 2.
So 2-1 now is the count here to the shortstop, Jude Treadaway. He was hit by a pitch, scored on a pass ball, and he also popped up to the shortstop in his first at bat, what feels like 3 days ago. That pitch right down the middle for a strike. 2-2 now is the count. Shadows starting to stretch over the field here. We don't normally say that until about game 2. As the 2-2 pitch on its way, swung on and missed for strike 3.
Well, what'd you spike the ball down there?
He
was going to throw it down.
He was going to throw it down and wasn't sure if that was out 2, 3, or 4, and I don't blame him, to be honest with you.
It looked like he spiked the ball going, to celebrate the K, and he really, I don't think he knew if his first baseman was ready.
Yeah, Manuel getting a good laugh out of that one there. Let's take a break, man. We all need a reset here. Back with more. Let's hear from Renaissance Bank right after this.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a skilled swordsman, a master chef.
Needs more lavender.
A wonder at word games.
2 tries, every time.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 5th inning. Let's give a quick Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. It's in the top of the 3rd. Jones leading ICC 3-1 in softball. Those games down there in Ellisville. Regular season finale there. ICC playing for seeding in the playoffs. Of course, we'll hopefully have some more information on that either later tonight, Sunday, but there is a possibility of a game having to be remade if there's a tiebreaker between us and Gulf Coast. They have a game they're currently protesting against Colin that if we end up in a tie, they'll have to go finish Monday. MACCC.
I tell you.
Postseason at its finest.
Wow. Interesting if that turns out the way that does.
Well, I said, they'll have to play it because we end up tie because Gulf Coast has the head-to-head tiebreaker.
I was say Gulf
but
Coast.
if they lose to Colin, then they're out of the head-to-head tiebreaker with us, and we jump up a spot.
Correct.
So either way it goes, we're now in the top of the 5th inning here. 9-2 is the score, and I've got this as Austin Mills coming to the plate.
I've got the same.
He has walked twice today and has scored a run. As that pitch in there for a strike, 1-1 now is the count.
Amazing.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Mills, Thomas, and Fulton. As that pitch high and outside for a ball, 2-1 now is the count. Well, a beautiful day, a hot day for baseball here in Fulton. A good crowd coming out and joining a full day of activities as that pitch missing. 3-1 now is the count. As we talked about, it was Chop Day, spring football day. Started at noon, and then the crowd made their way over here to the ballpark as the count now goes 3-1 here to Austin Mills. Mills shows bunt, pulls it back, takes that for ball 4, and that'll be a leadoff walk, and the 3rd time today that Mills has reached on a walk. So back to the top of the lineup here, and this is Brady Thomas, who is 1 for 2 on the day with a grand slam. He's also been hit by a pitch. Snap throw to first, and the ball gets away, but not far enough as the runner would be able to advance.
Yeah. Again, Brady Thomas, as you mentioned, up to bat, who has done some damage today and definitely has a good bat, as we've mentioned and covered with his stats coming into this game and what he's already done this game and achieved.
That pitch.
Called a strike.
Called a strike as Collier reached up to grab that one that time. 0-1 is the count here to Brady Thomas. This is Ware on the hill here for ICC. Runner at first with no outs. Jones up 9-2. That pitch high. 1-1 now is the count. Indians do have someone getting loose in the bullpen.
Yeah, you got to be careful. I know they got the pitching charts over there on Thomas today, and you just can't give him anything right here good to hit, and that's foul back. I'm not saying don't go after him, but you can't give him one of those good setup.
Don't give him any meat.
Yeah, I mean you just can't. I mean he's already proved he can do the damage because they're still looking for that ball on the football field that he hit back earlier in the 3rd inning.
1-2 pitch, a breaking pitch. Couldn't find the back door to that one. 2-2 now is the count here to Thomas. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, runner at first. Top of the 5th, 9-2. Jones with the lead. That pitch runs inside. Now the count goes 3-2.
Yeah, Brock out there battling, and of course, again, not really giving a great pitch to hit right there, or any of them right there. Those high pitches running the count to full, but again, just hadn't set one on the tee. Runner goes, a little hit and run on the full count right there, and runner's going to have to return, come back, do it all over again.
So we'll stay at 3-2 with no outs and a runner at first. Ware on the hill. This is Thomas at the plate. Thomas awaiting the payoff pitch here from Brock.
Runner goes again.
And that one fouled back, and we'll stay at 3-2 on the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, runner at first. Thomas battling at the plate here with Ware. Ware trying to find the first out of the inning here. Would be a prime time for a Renaissance Bank strikeout.
Runner goes again.
And instead it's going to be a walk. Back-to-back walks now.
We'll say that's going to be the end of Brock.
Looks like we are going to have another Guaranteed Bank pitching change here by the Indians. Let's take a timeout. Be back with more right after this.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Your knee is a complex joint with many components, making it vulnerable to a variety of injuries. Some of the most common knee injuries include fractures, dislocations, sprains, and ligament tears. Many knee injuries can successfully be treated with simple measures such as bracing, rehabilitation, and exercise. The other injuries may require surgery to correct. At our injury clinic, we commonly see meniscal tears that occur during sports. Tears in the meniscus can occur when twisting, cutting, pivoting, or being tackled. Meniscal tears may also occur as a result of arthritis or aging. Just an awkward twist when getting up from a chair may be enough to cause a tear if the meniscus has weakened with age. The most common symptoms of meniscus tears are pain, stiffness, swelling, catching or locking of your knee, the sensation of your knee giving way, and if you are not able to move your knee through its full range of motion. The RICE protocol is effective for most sports-related injuries. RICE stands for Rest, Ice, Compression, and Elevation. Remember that at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom two-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here! This pizza is only $7.99. No way! This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom two-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order online. Only $7.99. What?
Pizza, pizza.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got another call to the bullpen being brought to you here by Guaranteed Bank in Fulton. Fourth pitcher of the day for the Indians. Brad, tell us about the new arm.
I got sophomore Jay Ferguson in to pitch. He is out of South Haven, Mississippi. 6'1", 195 right-hander. Has pitched four appearances on the year thus far as Jones squares around a bunt. Runners go, bunt and run situation. And safe at third. Wow, double steal, bunt and run situation, Adam. The bunt did not get down. Stone came up throwing at third, and the runner's safe at third and second. No outs now. Runner at second, third. Not trying to cut Jay Ferguson short.
No.
But you don't see that very often with a bunt and run, double steal, and both successful. This is Wade Fulton at bat.
Fulton walked at his first at bat, flew out to center, popped out to short as he's got a 2-0 count now here with runners at second and third.
Hatton's in the dirt. Great job by Stone to block that one up before it got to the backstop. Anyway, 4 appearances on the year for Ferguson, 3 innings pitched, 4 hit, 4 runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks.
Those stats being brought to you by Fragatas Mexican Restaurant right behind us here in Fulton, and that's going to be 4 straight pitches and the 3rd straight walk in the inning.
Yeah, it's
and so now that will load the bases for Gatlin Sanders.
Gatlin Sanders.
No outs, bases full of Bobcats here in the top of the 5th. They lead at 9-2 here over the Indians.
Well, no, not a squeeze play there. A runner over at third, anticipating squeeze, trying to draw Ferguson off. That's going to be ball 1. While we're doing this, and Stone goes out to the mound, that's 13, if my count is correct, walks, either by hit by pitch or by just base on balls that ICC has given Jones. I mean, you look out there, Adam, 4 hits to 2 hits. Jones has 4, ICC 2. Now, you look at that, you're normally going to say, well, that should be a little closer ball game than 9-2.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. And, again, part of it being those 13 free passes that Etowamba has given.
Yeah. And that's never a recipe for success for sure. So 1-0 is the count. Ferguson on the heel. That pitch, well, it looked like he wanted to call it a strike, but instead called it a ball.
Well, he thought about it and almost pulled that right hand point out there and get the called strike, but that's 6 straight by Ferguson.
There's a ground ball, foul ball. Nearly a play made over there by the first base coach. 2-1 now is the count.
So no place to put him. So again, we got Sanders up here, no place to put him. The Mississippi State signee here, and no outs.
So a big situation here for the Bobcats. That ball in the dirt. 3-1 now is the count. Another good job by Stone. He's had to be a very proactive, very aggressive behind the plate today as he's blocked up a lot of pitches, and he's going to be tired at the end of this one.
Yeah, definitely. He's done a good job blocking him up out there. And now that could be a double play ball, and it is.
Little Caesars double play, and just what the Indians needed there. Yes, they do give up the run, but 4-6-3, Little Caesars double play, and that's exactly what the Indians needed to give up the run. I'll trade a run for 2 outs.
Yeah, they needed it right there bad. Again, you had the bases loaded, no outs. And so that ball hit directly at second base there to Settlemyers, and the Indians able to flip a double play. Yes, they do give up the run, so it's an RBI for Sanders. But now you have only a runner at third here with your cleanup guy Rogers up.
Rogers 0 for 3 on the day as he popped up to first in his last at bat, struck out, and also grounded out 6-3 as that first pitch fouled back and out of play, fouled back off the netting. 0-1 is the count.
Yeah, took something off that pitch right there for an 0-1 count, changeup coming in there. So maybe this will settle Ferguson down a little bit and see if he can come back and get this third out in the inning. That one in the dirt again. Stone doing a good job of going down to his knees there to block that one up, keep the ball from getting behind him and back to the backstop and that other run scoring.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at third here for the Bobcats. ICC just turned a Little Caesars double play as there's going to be a ground ball. It goes foul. 1-2 now is the count here on Rogers. So, yeah, if you look at the box score, and I'm going to kind of reference softball the other day, they scored 7 runs on 3 hits. Jones has 10 runs on 4 hits, and it was a very similar situation, errors, walks that kind of set that up, and it's just been the 13 free passes that have haunted the Indians here in Game 1.
Most definitely, no doubt. Another one.
That one's going to get away. The run will score, and the Bobcats now go up 11-12, and again, Stone did everything he could to block that one up, which is a wild pitch, just gets away from him.
Yeah, wild pitch gets away. Ferguson a little tardy getting to the plate to cover. The ball bounced out. Stone was able to swallow it up enough to block it, bounced out to his left out there toward the Indians' dugout. Not real far at him, but again, I'm not going to say if Ferguson had been a little bit more on his toes and had gotten there, that one's fouled out into the parking lot, that it would have been an out. We'll never know. But, again, he was a little tardy getting there to cover home plate to get the assist right there to help Stone out. So the run does score 11-2.
So Rogers awaiting the pitch here. And that pitch missing low and outside for a ball. Now the count goes 3-2.
Yeah, so he's back in now at full here. So he's run the count back up on Ferguson.
Indians with someone else in the bullpen getting loose right now. There's a ground ball, third baseman. Morris boots it, and that's
not Morris.
Yeah, I would say not typically what you see out of Morris. And
well, we've had a swap, and we didn't know it. That's Settlemyers third.
So Settlemyers now at third.
I didn't see it.
So,
I think we got so caught up in that called strike 3 and all that inning that we missed.
Yeah, so another yeah. So who is at second?
I think that's what I don't know who's at second. But that is Settlemyers at third.
But either way it goes, now here comes Hegwood, who has had a productive day at the plate. 2 for 2 with the walk. He has scored 3 runs and has stole 2 bases and drove in another. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Wind really blowing out to dead center now.
Right, so that was E5 right there. That ball's in the dirt again. Runner. I'm going to tell you what Jones is doing, though, and kudos to them. They are very, very cognizant out there on the base paths. When that ball hits the dirt, it's almost like they're knowing they take off.
Yeah, they hear that, and it's almost like a Pavlovian effect. You know,
And
they hear it, they hit it, and they go.
They do, and so they're using that to their advantage. They're very aggressive. I like that style, especially if he runs. That's going to be strike 2 right there, 1-2 count. So it's worked to their advantage. Again, but they only have 4 hits, and they got 11 runs.
So a runner at second. 1-2 is the count here on Hegwood. Ferguson looking for the exit. There's a ground ball. Hit to second, throw across the way, in time, 4-3 for the putout. Well, they put 2 runs on the board on no hits and 1 error. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here. This pizza is only $7.99. No way. This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order online. Only $7.99. What?
Pizza.
Why didn't you answer your phone?
You're not gonna believe what just... You bought a Coca-Cola with 0 sugar?
Yeah? Why?
Come on, it has 0 sugar.
Yep. And it's delicious.
I don't believe it.
Just try something new. You'll love it.
This does taste great.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we'll head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Jones leading this one 11-2 here in quite the interesting game, and it's not been anything interesting in negative against ICC or negative against Jones. It's just been interesting.
I mean, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Very, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Well, I can, but I just can't say it over the air. But
sure you can.
That pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. This is going to be Settlemyers, Collier, and Davis due up right now for the Indians. They trail this one 11-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. I think the best way to say this is, we've already talked about in the previous inning, ICC has given up 13 free passes. If you want to beat the number 13 team in the country, a team that's really good by Jones, you can't do that.
And that hit sharply to first, but right at him, Adam. Good idea by Settlemyers, just not quite far enough over there in between the 3-4 hole right there to get it between the 3-4 holes. So Settlemyers easy out right there for out number 1.
And that's the reason why I wanted to kind of explain it, because I didn't want to make it sound like we're trying to short what Jones have done today. They've done an excellent job. That's what you're supposed to do, take advantage of the opportunities given them. They've done a good job of that, so it's just that pitch high and outside for a ball. I mean, we had a 20-minute discussion between innings whether or not to leave a run on the board after what they thought was strike 3, out 3, but the runner from Jones was at first base. As this pitch fouled back, and looks like that one's off the catcher. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Jones leading this one 11-2. We do appreciate those that have tuned in here this afternoon and are sticking around with us here. That pitch fouled back, and it was off the helmet and off the arm of the umpire.
Yeah, way out in front of that one Stone was. I saw that one coming up to the plate. Good job by Bryans to take something off of that pitch right there. And so Stone's got to get that timing back down. He has one of the 2 hits for the Indians. So the Indians only with 2, as we've mentioned several times, and Stone has one of those. And they kind of giving the catcher time, I think, Till to kind of walk that one off. I think he kind of took that one.
They also hit the umpire.
Oh, it hit the umpire too.
Good job by the Jones coach to come out there and deliver him a foul ball, and see him kind of flexing that arm over there is trying to get some feeling back in it. 1-2 is the count now here to Collier. So what is the 1-2 offering here? And Collier rips that one to the left side. Third baseman finds it, throw across the way, a little tall, but the first baseman's extremely tall, and he's able to reel that one in for out number 2.
And say when you're 6'6" over there, you can let one kind of airmail a little bit because I'm sure he can bring it down. He didn't even have to jump. So good job over there at first by Brady over there, Brady Thomas.
So this will be Ben Davis coming to the plate here. As ICC has 2 outs in the inning. It was still Bryans. Yeah, still Bryans on the hill. The Alabama signee looks sharp today. Has hit his spots, and he's got a wicked cutter on him. And there it is right there as that ball gets away, though. Ball 1. But
yeah, Ben here has been responsible for the 2 runs today. So it's both runs for ICC have been responsible or coming in for Ben Davis. Had that big single his last at bat, and his first at bat he had that ground out that drove that run in.
So 2-0 now is the count here to the Mississippi State signee Ben Davis. That pitch missing. 3-0 now is the count to the DH. So 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Wind still blowing out of the ballpark here at Crescent Field. And Davis is going to take that for ball 4. So a 2-out walk issued, and now this will bring up Dre McCray. So McCray will dig in, and we talked about his bat. He's one of those guys that can really change the complexity of a game with one swing of the bat, and he's done that over the last couple of weeks for the Indians. Have been big in some of their upset wins over some of the nationally ranked programs, and ICC would love to see him come up with a big hit here, but instead takes that for strike 1.
Yeah, that one right there is one that you hope if you're Dre, and he does a good job of it, is you got to get those hands through and clear that one and get that bat out in front and send that one. That one he was unsure about, put a kind of half-hearted swing. He was thinking the same thing, but that one was kind of a slider pitch in there. And he just wasn't able to do it. That first one was a fastball. So 0-2 count quickly down here.
So the 0-2 pitch coming, and this one
way out in front.
Yeah, good job finding a piece of that one, and it actually looked like it hit one of his teammates.
Yeah, it did. Some of those standing out in the dead zone here. It caught one of our players.
That might have been Ty Wicker. That
I believe you're right.
Took that line drive, and he's going to walk it off. And
let's hope he's not due to the pitch game too.
That is a very good point. As that pitch missing outside, 1-2 now is the count. Yeah, Wicker's going to.
Yeah, he's walking off.
This one off, and hopefully he'll be okay. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This one popped up. It's going to get out of play. We'll stay at 1-2 with the runner at first.
Yeah, Wicker out there, out and beyond the fence. Highway. Yeah, I think he may be going to your house to fish.
Go ahead. Swinging and a miss for strike 3. Ball gets away, but first base was not open this time. But I do like what Jones did. They threw it down either way just to prove a point from the last time the umpires messed that up. So the Indians go quietly after a 2-out walk as we played 5 here in Fulton. 11-2, Jones with the lead. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we shift to the top of the 6th inning, Jones leading this one 11-2.
Cole Manuel.
As it'll be Manuel, Carly, and Smith scheduled up here for the Bobcats. As this pitch fouled back, strike one.
Got a couple of updates here. NCAA baseball, Texas A&M poured it to Georgia right now. Both ranked teams, 16-9,
wow.
Bottom of the 6th. As that pitch is in the dirt for ball one. State up on Vanderbilt, 5-3, bottom of the 7th.
That one hit the umpire, so we're going to take a break here as well. So, but go ahead, talk about
State lost that one last night. I think it was 4-0, if I'm not mistaken. Bama up 6-1 right now on Ole Miss in the top of the 7th, which Ole Miss took one from nationally ranked Bama last night, 23rd team in the nation. And of course, State's playing the number 11 team, Vandy, in Nashville. And of course, I always try to seek out here, Adam, the Irish. And I'm looking down here to see if they may play tonight. They do. They play Wake Forest tonight. Number 18. Yeah, so
there's going to be a flare out to right field, and it's going to drop over the head of the second baseman, and that's just kind of been the tale of the tape today. Jones has been able to just find those type of hits that drop for him throughout the day, and ICC, well, they haven't found very many hits at all, two to be a matter of fact. That is the 5th hit of the game, despite Jones having 11 runs.
And that is the first time Cole Manuel has come to the plate and not been hit by a pitch. And he said, so, nanny boo-boo, y'all hit me the first 3 times, I'm going to get a hit this time. So, and he did.
And so now this will be Carly coming to the plate with no outs and a runner at first, 11-2 here in the top of the 6th. Pops this one up, and the wind has finally died, and that might have been a good thing for the Indians, as that was well struck to the deepest part of the park.
Most definitely. That's the first out of the inning. I was looking back. Notre Dame lost last night, 4-3. It was a close game with Wake Forest. So they'll be coming back today, hoping to bounce back from that and tie the series.
And so with one out now and a runner over at first, Smith is at the plate. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. This is Ferguson on the hill. He is the 4th pitcher of the game here for the Indians in game 1.
And in the dirt, good job by Stone.
1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner at first. Braden Smith, who is 1 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts and an RBI single, fouls that one out of play. 1-2 now is the count. So Everyone getting reset now, waiting to get the 1-2 offering here from Ferguson. That pitch missing and low and outside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, not a bad pitch right there. Just couldn't get him to chase, and they're very patient at the plate. Jones is.
That pitch high for a ball. And now that will be 3-2 is the count. And this one hit hard, hit deep, and it's going to drop past a running, I believe that's Powell out there in left field, and they're going to hold the runner up, and that will go for a double off the bat of Smith.
Yeah, no run score on that hit right there that gets down out there.
It was just on a rope.
Yeah.
Powell tried to make he made the right decision of not diving for the ball. Had he dove for the ball, that's probably in the park home run.
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. So he stayed upright, just couldn't get to it. It would have been a shoestring catch had he caught it. But like you say, had he dove, yes, unless he caught it. But had he dove and missed it, definitely run, scored one, possibly two.
That ball in the dirt. See the umpire a little jumpy every time a ball gets in the dirt because he's been hit 3 times today. I don't blame him.
Well, and Cole Manuel's been hit 3 times today.
Yeah. Cole's like, I feel you.
Yeah.
Is that pitch in there for a strike? 1-1 now is the count. This is Austin Mills. He has walked in all 3 of his appearances so far at the plate. Big healthy swing and a miss there. 1-2 now is the count.
The Pirates and the Giants play at San Francisco at 8:05 p.m., so I don't know what time that'll be here, but I imagine we'll still be in game 1.
Oh, yeah. No doubt on that. 1-2 pitch coming. That one missing outside. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at second and third here for the Bobcats. They lead this one 11-12. This one, a flare out to center field. Center fielder's going to drift over.
Deep enough to tag. It is.
They're going to throw the ball to third, so the runner will stay at second, and that will be a sacrifice fly off the bat of Mills. And that will score Manuel, and that makes it 12-2 now.
Number 5, Brady Thomas.
And now flip it back to the top part of the lineup with 2 outs in the inning. This is going to be Brady Thomas coming to the plate. He's been hit by a pitch. He's walked. He's also grounded out to the pitcher, but he also has a grand slam on the day.
Yeah. Got to be careful here if you're Ferguson. And, of course, we've said that about everybody, but he swings a good bat, and he comes up, swings at the first pitch. That's driven deep to center, and that's going to go for
be the second home run of the day.
Yeah. Kind of an almost opposite field shot there, but that was hit on the line, Adam. And this guy, and we talked about it in between. And I'm just going to say this on the air.
Go ahead. We both agree with
this. And we don't know. This guy may be getting recruited heavily, may have offers out to Wahoo, but I don't know how someone is not trying to pick him up if they're not. Just looking at his statistics prior to today. I'm not even just talking about today.
Yeah.
I'm talking about prior to today. And then, of course, the game he's had, that's 2 long balls right there he's hit on the day. And that was, was that a 3-run shot?
That was
or 2?
2-run.
2-run shot. So that's 2 more RBIs. So he's 6 RBIs today.
And 2 hits. Just his 2 hits have produced 6 RBIs. Is that pitch a very friendly strike call?
Yeah. So you're looking at 14-2 here. Is there anything after 6? It's got to be 7 played.
I think it's got to be 7.
That's what I was thinking. Got to have 7 played. Could get ugly. Hopefully not, but it could.
The umpire got hit again.
Well, it's just not been a good day.
It hasn't.
That nap did not serve him well.
I just texted Kevin Maloney, the SID down at Jones, asking about Thomas, and he said he's an SEC guy, got plenty of offers, just not knowing where he's going yet.
That's what I can see that. I mean, again, we talked about his physical makeup, and this is the stat sheet. We've got 6'6", 215.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he's playing first base today in game 1 for for the Jones Bobcats, and of course he's got a left bat. He bats left-handed. Again, he's just impressive. Is just very impressive. On the sheet here, what am I looking at? Oh, I'm sorry, he's a switch hitter.
That makes him even more dangerous.
Yeah, I'm sorry, he's a switch hitter. Of course, we've only seen him bat from the left-hand side of the plate because we've only had right-handed pitchers. So that was me assuming. We know what happens there. So that's going to be lined out to third. Oh, it did hit the ground. Never mind.
Yep.
Chopped up, hit to Settlemyers. He gets the third out of the inning.
But the Bobcats put 3 more on the board. They lead at 14-2. We'll take a break, head to the bottom of the 6th. Be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, we have been working continually through the crisis to meet the needs of our community. Our walk-in clinic is a service that we provide to our patients that want to avoid the wait and exposure of the emergency room. At the walk-in clinic, you can do just that. Walk in with no prior appointment or phone call. We provide specialized treatment for physical injuries like broken bones, sprained wrists and ankles, joint and tendon pain, and sports-related injuries. You can get in, out, and on the road to recovery quicker. The walk-in clinic is equipped on-site with x-ray imaging, casting technicians, durable medical equipment, and injection specialists. Our team is supported by the orthopedic surgeons of the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Our staff is specially trained in orthopedic-related injuries. We ensure that you will receive the best care for your orthopedic needs. Remember, at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, stay with us, guys. Again, of course, it is 14-2. You never know what's going to happen here. It is a beautiful day out here. We still got a good crowd at the ballpark today, but we do have another game, a game 2, that regular season game. It will go 7. Not saying that this one is over by any stretch of the imagination. Could, may or may not be. We do have a new pitcher in for Jones at this point, and I have not gotten his number yet. Adam, is that 18?
What is it looking like?
Yes, that is 18, and that's going to be Connor Brooks, who is out of Flowood, Mississippi, played at Northwest Rankin. He's a redshirt freshman, according to the stat sheet. And so Connor comes into the day has 11 appearances on the year. He's got no wins, 1 loss, does have 1 save, 7 2/3 innings pitched, 9 hits given up, 9 runs, 10 walks, 11 Ks on the year, and that one is
just a bit high.
There you go.
So 1-0 is the count as that one just a little maybe too amped up to come in and throw the pitch there, as he's going to be welcomed to the game by Hayden Roberts, Bo Rocks, and Stanford due up here in the bottom of the 6th as that pitch breaks into the zone for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. This pitching change is being brought to you by Guaranteed Bank. Healthy chop at that one on the pitch running in on his hands. 1-2 now. The count here to Roberts. He is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout and has been hit by a pitch.
Yeah, good pitch to pull right there. Missed that one. That one he drove to, found off to the third base side right there. But that pitch before that one was a good one to pull, and Roberts just missed it. So got a 1-2 count here at this point in time. No outs here, first batter of the inning.
This will be a ground ball, and it's going to hit to the first baseman. Tosses it to the pitcher, steps on the bag for the out. 3-1 to retire Roberts for the first out of the inning. So now this will bring up Bo Rock. Rock is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Trying to find a way to spark the bats here for the Indians. ICC has only had 2 hits so far in this game. It's that first pitch high for a ball.
Yeah, Stone Collier had a hit, one of the hits, and then, of course, Ben Davis had the other hit for ICC. Bo waved at that one. That should be, that's a gift.
Big time there. It looked like he did commit to the swing, but said he did not go. 2-0 now is the count here on Rock. Big swing and a miss there. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, out in front of that pitch right there. Of course, it's the first time Bo has seen this pitcher here.
That pitch, outer edge, missing. 3-1 now is the count. Yeah, you have to go all the way back to the third inning to find the Indians' last hit. That was a single by Ben Davis. That pitch cuts the edge for a strike. 3-2 now is the count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch on its way to Rock. And it's up high for a ball. Kind of had to hold off for a second as a little delay of the call there as Rock will trot down to first, and now this will bring Reed Stanford to the plate with 1 out and a runner at first.
Yeah, Reed's playing second. Don't know, if something. Of course, Reed. He is a freshman too, so I don't really know if something happened with Jared Morris or not. But
they may have had to pull him just in case he needed a pitch.
It could have.
We folks, to tell the tape of the Indians, the bullpen has absolutely just been just annihilated due to injury, and so there's a lot of pitching by committee down the stretch here. Is that pitch? Wow.
Well, he's ready to get this one over with.
That's a 14-2 strike call for sure there. 0-2 now is the count here on Stanford. But, yeah, the Indians struggling to find arms down the stretch due to some injuries, and he went there. Ball is in the dirt, but
you better tag. Nope.
Not open. And you got to.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, that's right. It's not open.
He appealed to third. Rick said he was safe, and he realized Rick was not an umpire. Appealed to second, and then the umpire at second said, yes, he meant on the play.
And he did. He went around. From what I saw up here, I'm going to say he did. But that is funny, I mean, of course, poor guy, he's been hit several times. He's been hit more than the catcher for Jones. As this is Kalen Powell in for Walt Gardner and swings through the first pitch for strike 1.
So 0-1 is the count here to Powell, getting his first at bat of the day. 2 outs and a runner at first. Takes a healthy chop at that one, missing. 0-2 now is the count. I think it's the first time Rick's ever been appealed to by a home plate umpire.
The first time he's probably been asked, because normally they don't, Rick's going to.
Is that ball in the dirt blocked up? Probably the first time he's been asked if that was a strike by an umpire versus being asked to leave the ball game.
Exactly. Yeah.
So 1-2 now is the count. That was funny because he legit pointed and waited for Rick to make the call. Now, to be fair, Rick does have a blue shirt on down there. That ball's in the dirt. It will allow the runner to advance. 2-2 now is the count.
And it was just cool. Old Rick just says, hey, good swing. No swing.
No swing.
Oh, me. So now you have a runner at second. That's Bo Rock. Got a 2-2 count, 2 outs. And again, Kalen Powell up here.
So what are the 2-2 offering? Powell rips it, but right at the second baseman who catches it on the line. And that will end the inning, and the Indians couldn't get anything going there. We've played 6 here in Fulton. It's 14-2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today. Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next? What's next? So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
"What's next?"
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're heading now to the top of the 7th inning. We have another Guaranteed Bank call to the bullpen. And Brad, when you get ready, let us know about the new pitcher here from ICC, as it will be Sanders starting us off. Sanders, Rogers, and Hegwood scheduled up.
Yes, Reeves Crowder came in to pitch. He is a sophomore. I say ironically, not oddly. He is from Ellisville. South Jones, that one's popped up to right field, second baseman running out. And as tell of the tape today,
that's going to go for a double.
No one takes control in a sense, and you got a center field, right fielder, second baseman all standing out there, and it drops in between all three.
So they just looked like the second baseman was chasing back, and then possibly the right fielder called him off, and then nobody went for it, and it just dropped for a double.
You get it's almost like an error, though, but, I mean, I don't even know who you give it to.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's still a hit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
But it is a mental error.
Yes.
Communication error, but just not an error on the scoreboard. It goes for a hit.
Yeah. All right, Reeves coming in the year, he's got 5 appearances. He is a sophomore, no decisions, had 3 1/3 inning pitch, giving up 7 hits, 6 runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks.
Those stats being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. So runner at second with no outs. That pitch up high for a ball.
Reeves he's got a different delivery style. Kind of drops that arm down a little. And he kind of, you want to say a 3/4 style, but it sometimes it can drop side, but more 3/4 style. It's going to have a different movement and different look on the ball coming to the plate as you got a 1-1 count.
That one clips the corner for a strike. 1-2 now is the count here. I believe this is Rogers still at the plate.
It is.
It is. Or no.
No, I'm just kidding.
Is it?
I don't know.
No, I think this is Brassfield now.
They got a pinch hitter in.
As that one runs inside. Yeah, so this is number 4 batting. This is Brassfield.
Correct. Yeah, they got a pinch hitter in.
As that pitch up and in, 2-2 now is the count. That one high and outside, 3-2 now. The count here to Brassfield. So it was Sanders that led us off with a double. Brassfield at the plate now with a 3-2 count. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Yeah, gets the big out right there. Of course, do have a runner at second, but that's a big out for the Indians. And a big out for Reeves Crowder.
So one away now. This will be Hegwood coming to the plate. Hegwood been solid. He is 2 for 3 with a walk, 3 runs scored, an RBI, and 2 stolen bases. Big healthy swing at that one, missing. 0-1 now is the count.
And it looks like we'll have a pinch hitter for Manuel too. Mark Gibson's in on deck circle for Jones.
So 0-1 is the count. That pitch runs in there, and it's a beauty for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Rogers. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second. Jones leading this one 14-2 here in the top of the 7th. That pitch missing high and inside for a ball. 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, and just kind of floated in there. Kind of a dangerous pitch, but luckily didn't draw a swing. Could have done some damage with that had he done that, but 1-2 count. That one's outside. It's going to run the count 2-2.
So as Brad mentioned, 2-2 now is the count here. 1 out, runner at second. That is Sanders. That was actually Sanders' first hit of the day that he just dropped that double. There's a pitch that up a little bit too high. Some of the ICC fans didn't like it, but it was high. But
just wasn't one. It just wasn't a 14-2 strike.
One of those 14-2 strikes. So now the count goes full at 3-2, and that is called strike 3.
That was a 14-2 strike.
That was a makeup. And so now that will go as a strikeout for the
Marquette Gibson.
second out of the inning.
So that'll bring up a pinch hitter there, Marquette Gibson, that will be coming to the plate. Does not have an official at bat today. He is a redshirt sophomore, looks like, according to the roster here. 6'0", 185, right-hander.
And so Gibson will dig in. And that pitch missing for a ball.
Yeah, and kind of floated up high again.
As this is Crowder on the hill here for the Indians. Sidearm delivery, but outside. 2-0 now is the count.
A good eye on the part of Gibson coming in here with no at-bats today and being patient at the plate.
This pitch on its way, healthy swing and a miss there. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, he was trying to park that one in the waterway over there and unable to catch up with that one. So 2-1, as you mentioned.
So waiting the 2-1 offering here. This big swing and a miss there.
He hadn't got his timing down yet on Crowder, so advantage Crowder right now with a 2-2 count, and 2 of those pitches he's hadn't even come close to touching.
So that pitch high and outside now. 3-2 is the count here to Gibson. So 3-2 is the count. Gibson batting in place of Manuel here in the top of the 7th, and that's strike 3. Gibson thought he was going to head down, but instead gets caught looking at strike 3 2 days or after he was halfway down the line. Back with more right after this.
Oh, man.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Ooh, these new Little Caesars Crazy Pops are fun size, so you can eat them anywhere. Keep those hands at 10 and 2.
Enjoy Little Caesars Crazy Pups on the go for just $3.99.
Pizza, pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head to the bottom of the 7th. 14-2, Jones with the lead here over the Indians, as it'll be Jude Treadaway, Jackson Siddlemeyers, and Stone Collier scheduled up. Remind you, if this stays true and we end it early here, we'll have a special presentation, part of the Renaissance Bank post-game report when this one goes final.
Most definitely.
As that pitch in there for a strike to Treadaway. Treadaway is 0 for 2 on the day, who was hit by a pitch, scored on a pass ball. As there's going to be a grounder hit to the right side, and the first baseman had it, bobbled it, and
dropped it.
Let's call that a hit.
Might as well.
Let's be friendly today. Of course, our stats always unofficial here, but that was a long-running play that the first baseman basically went over to the gap and tried to make the play on, so gave that extra effort. So we'll credit Treadaway with a hit there. So this is going to be Settlemyers now at the plate. He is 0 for 1 today with a pair of walks. And he tried to knock the air out of the ball in that one. And that's right, there's no air in there. That's how hard he swung at it. 0-1 is the count. Settlemyers fouls that one off. We'll go 0-2 now. No outs and a runner at first here for Settlemyers. So 0-2 now is the count. No outs. Runner at first. Bottom of the 7th. Jones, the number 13 team in the country, leading it 14-2. Ball gets away, and the runner will advance on the pass ball.
Yeah, there'll be a pass ball. Got under the catcher there, which we do have a different catcher in for Jones, and I wasn't able to get a number on him because they pinched hit. They did a pitch hit for Manuel back in the last inning, so I'm not certain who the catcher is currently for Jones back there, but did get away from him.
So 1-2 now. Is that pitch missing? Looked pretty good, but apparently low that time. 2-2 now is the count here to Settlemyers.
Yeah, good eye by Settlemyers.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second. Is that pitch up high for a ball?
So the Indians need 3 to extend it?
Yes. Need 3 to push it to the 8th here. And Settlemyers, he's got some pop in his bat, so he can do some damage. But instead, swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's going to be the first out of the inning. Runner unable to advance.
Number 10, Stone
And this
Collier.
will be Stone Collier coming to the plate today. Stone started the day with a double. Since then, lined out on a great play out in right field and then grounded out to short. So he is 1 for 3 on the day here in game 1. So he's looking to see if he can get his second hit of the day here. That ball gets away, but not far enough for the runner to advance. Ball 1. 1-0 is the count here to Collier. Well, seating in the shade of premium today, as it's a warmer than normal day here at the ballpark. You see fans shifting as the sun continues to set here.
Yeah. Ball high.
Pitch high, 2-0. We normally start talking about the shadows casting across the field in game 2. Well, they're starting to do so here in game 1, and we're just in the bottom of the 7th. So what did the 2-0 pitch here?
Yes.
And they're going to say, did he go?
Yeah.
And he's going to say, yes, he did. And Stone didn't agree, but 2-1 now is the count. I think if it's anything other than 14-2 right now, the infield umpire probably would have said he didn't go.
Probably right on that.
So waiting the 2-1 offering here. That one in the dirt. 3-1 now is the count here to Collier.
So 3-1 count here. Hitters count for Stone. Do have a runner again. Reminder at second here in scoring position with speed.
So waiting the 3-1 offering here. Collier looks dead high for a ball, and he will draw the walk. Second time that Collier's been on base today. And so now this will bring Ben Davis to the plate.
Number 18.
Yeah, another RBI opportunity for Ben. He's had the 2 RBIs for Etowama today. Both runs that were scored were attributed to him. So another opportunity. If he can get something down in the outfield, definitely I'd say Jude Treadaway would score from second.
That pitch finds the corner for a strike here to Davis. 0-1 is the count. This is Brooks on the hill here for Jones, trying to close the door in a non-save situation here. Bo Bryan's impressive today. He only gave up 2 hits. As that pitch missing. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. That is the situation here in the bottom of the 7th. You got runners at first and second here for the Indians. Ben Davis at the plate. That one, a beautiful pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, that's one of those, again, you hope you can pull the trigger quick enough to get those hands out front, and Ben just kind of froze him right there, wasn't able to do so. So here down in the count with 2 strikes.
So waiting the 1-2 offering here. That one in there for strike 3. Just wasn't ready for that one, as that one was right down Broadway. And Ben Davis goes down looking for the 3rd strikeout of the game for Brooks, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. And now this will be Dre McCray coming to the plate. 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts and a fly out to center for Dre. First pitch in there for a strike. Well, Brooks, I like what he's doing. He's like, all right, this is what's working for strikes. This is what I'm throwing. I'm working with a big lead here. Trust my defense. Let's get out of this thing.
Yeah, most definitely. No reason not to here.
So that pitch missing low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count.
I mean, you got a 14-2 lead here and in the bottom of the 7th, so no reason not to trust. And Lord, throw strikes. I mean, you might as well.
So checks the runner at second. Now gets set to deliver. That pitch runs on the inside edge for a strike, and McCray didn't like that one. 1-2 now is the count.
Well, you got to be ready going up to the plate.
He's called that for strikes today.
You got to be ready up there, and you got to be ready to pull the trigger, knowing what you know. And he just ended it right there.
Call it there, strike 3, as that one looked to be a little bit outside, but at 14-2 with the final out of the game, that's going to do it, as ICC falls here 14-2 in game 1. We talked about having a special presentation here at the end of the game. Well, we do have a special presentation, and Brad, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Yeah, we've got a special presentation. Today is Sophomore Day, and I think we honored all of our sophomore baseball players at the beginning of the game, but the one we did not honor, who has put in a heck of a year and done a lot of good for the ICC, traveled and did some stuff down at went to East Mississippi with us.
Didn't have to, but
didn't have to. Got up and did CrossFit and worked the next morning, and it's Laney. And so it is Sophomore Day. So that's for Laney for Sophomore Day.
That's a gift from me and Dr. Boggs, thanking you for all the work you've done this year.
Sophomore Day.
So it's your Sophomore Day.
You should be recognized as well as the players for the work you've done, and thank you for everything you've done the past 2 years as well. And so congratulations to you. And Laney will be also graduating from ICC and moving on to Mississippi State. The two best choices you can make, Adam, is, in my opinion, I know you're going to disagree, ICC 1, State 2.
I went to State 2, so I can agree with that. So I can safely say I went to State and Ole Miss. So
yes.
I can say that anyway. But yes, Laney is most definitely one of the definitions or examples of the best start here. So, Laney, we do appreciate everything you've done for us this year. Hope you can come back next year and help us again. I don't think she will, though. Who knows? We'll never know. But we're going to take a break, come back in probably 2 hours. Now, we'll call it at least 30, 45 minutes for Game 2. ICC falls 14-2 here in Game 1.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.